Next, we're going into partnerships and collaborations. So, our Office of Leadership and Engagement does have many different offices that we work with and that we encourage our student organizations to work with as well. So, we keep talking about UAO, that stands for Unions and Activities Office. They assist with most student org events, including contracted events and external vendors or companies. Uh, there is their email address if you need to email them directly, and then they are physically located in the University Union, just shortly ways down from our office on this first floor. Campus recreation is another common one. They can assist student organizations with instructors, accessible locations, and spaces for more active or sporty events. You can email reservetherec@nau.edu to communicate with their team, and they're located in the HLC. Next, Sodexo Catering, so they can help with all of your catering needs, but it's also they can give you permission to access your Sodexo programming funds, which is roughly $300 a semester, which we might go into more detail in a little bit when we start talking about different funding options we have for student orgs. You can also email them at dining@nau.edu, and they are upstairs from our office on the second floor. For some events, sometimes permits are required, and so those are exclusively handled through the City of Flagstaff. We do have a link on here to figure out how to submit that information, but a lot of your questions might need to get answered through them because we don't know their processes as well. The central ticket office is required for any event that has an entrance fee. If you have any questions about this, again, we are always more than willing to talk about, is this required? Is this not? You can also talk to them directly at tickets@nau.edu or their email address. And they're also right down the hall. They're right next to UAO. Additionally, we have Proc now. So we were talking about if you want to air um, a a movie of any kind to a broad audience, you will likely need to secure a movie license, and that is done through Procnow. And of course, it is in the Procnow building. Another office that we work with that we didn't exclusively mention on this slide is the Office of Inclusion. So it is called the IMQ, and it is a student center that welcomes students to an inclusive campus community. They provide peer mentoring, one-on-one staff support, and the IMQ is a reservable space on campus. We had a question in the chat. What are some of these free locations? The IMQ is one of these free locations. And they also have a board game library, a BIPOC library, a non-binary clothing closet, and they even support with study and meeting spaces and the Louis Cupboard. We also get a lot of questions about tailgating, especially in the fall, so we wanted to get on top of that now. So tailgating is mostly managed by athletics. And so you're going to want to make sure that your tailgating event is approved with athletics, or you will not have that space reserved. And you don't reserve the space through True Blue. This is one of those special events that has a different and unique process. I have some information on here, and it's just copied from the athletics website. But essentially, you're going to have, it's got a process of like weekly per game week of what you have to do. It tells you how you need to sign up, how you get your pass so that they know you have a space reserved, and what you do when you show up. All of that. Additionally, while you do have to go through athletics approval, because tailgating is an event, your event still needs to be approved via True Blue. But we had some confusions last year that we want to make sure we're on top of this year. If your event is approved in True Blue, but you don't do the athletics approval, your space is not guaranteed to be secure. So essentially Tuesday before the game, you're going to reach out to athletics to reserve your spot, and then Thursday you'll go and get your pass. Game day rules and frequently asked questions are going to be on their website for more information.